Senator Bernie Sanders is sounding the alarm after some shocking news from CBS this week. In a post on Blue Sky, Senator Sanders wrote, quote, Bill Owens, the producer of CBS 60 Minutes, resigned in protest. Wendy McMahon, the head of CBS News, has now resigned. I say to Shari Redstone, enough is enough. Do not capitulate to Trump's attacks on a free press. Do not settle Trump's bogus lawsuit against 60 Minutes.
As the senator alluded to there, this is all fallout from the lawsuit brought by the Trump administration over a 60-minute segment that the president claims is deceptively edited. Critics say the outcome of that suit threatens the approval of parent company Paramount's merger with Skydance Studios, which is why Paramount executives reportedly favor a settlement.
But the head of CBS News, Wendy McMahon, didn't stick around to be a part of that potential settlement, saying in a statement to her colleagues that she wouldn't apologize for the 60-minute segment.
Wendy McMahon had said to colleagues for a number of months that she would not apologize as a part of any settlement. You'll recall that ABC did apologize to Trump when they settled a lawsuit Trump had filed back in December. McMahon and Owens said they would not apologize. McMahon said, that's a red line I will not cross.
According to CNN's Brian Selter, the exodus of Bill Owens and Wendy McMahon have employees feeling like a purge is happening at CBS.
Some on the right are arguing that may not be a bad thing and that this isn't an attempt to dismantle the fourth estate, but something much more sinister. Take a listen.
Journalism is under attack. No, journalism is not under attack. Propaganda is under attack, right? Letting these people openly lie on their airways, okay, about the president. Yeah, that is under attack, okay? These mainstream liberal media outlets are, in fact, engaging in anti-Trump propaganda. They're purposely distorting their news coverage in order to smear President Trump, okay?
So I agree that there's a lot of anti-Trump propaganda in the media. I have criticized to no end the editing of the 60 Minutes interview, which, to my mind, stripped Kamala Harris's terrible answer on what, if anything, they were doing.
Terrible breath that she took. Too long of a pause.
She paused a long time.
So that completely changed her response, in your opinion?
I think it worsened the response and the editing softened it. Now, do I think it's something you should sue over? No, and I don't agree with Donald Trump's tactic of actually suing media companies. I don't agree, frankly, with anyone. Now, he's entitled to do it, but I would leave them alone. Why does Bernie Sanders care about this, though? What is his...
Well, this is setting a dangerous precedent that I think we have to stop right now.
So Bernie Sanders gets to decide who sues
No,
people?
Bernie Sanders should be part of this conversation because Trump is not a dictator. And so I think when we're looking at what's happening, most recently this week, just because Qatar gave him a jet and ABC decided to, like journalists do, question whether it was a gift or not, he said, we talked about this, I'll threaten to sue you again. I'm paraphrasing, but he was threatening the company again for suing them about asking in the press room if that was a gift. It literally looks like a gift to Republican colleagues. So I think that's a real question, and you cannot berate people into existence. You know, free press doesn't mean that people are going to cooperate and do what you like. Free press means that people are going to actually report on the information in the news.
So you think that elected officials should not pester media companies or private individuals about their activities?
Elected officials should, no, they should. Pester is different than actually trying to sue them because you want to silence them. I don't think that media companies should be silenced.
Well, I have news for you. Democrats are constantly trying to silence media companies. The whole media applauded, by the way, the lawsuit against Fox News for the Dominion lawsuit, which was not aimed at the people who made false statements on Fox, which were invited guests who were interviewed by the hosts very critically in some cases, but a lawsuit against Fox itself. I don't remember that being held up as an attack on the fourth estate, even though it was.
Good point, but that didn't come from a president of our United States. And so I think when Trump is initiating these attacks, then we're setting a precedent that, well, if he says it for the next 3 years, we must cooperate, even though, like you said, cutting out a pause to me doesn't equal a lie. And so I don't think there's anything worth suing over.
I've covered Democrats sending threatening letters to the CEOs of major tech platforms and video streaming services, Comcast, Verizon, etc., because they carry Newsmax or OAN or the conservative news channels saying this is misinformation and we're going to investigate you and go after you for having it. Now, I'm against all of this. So I think Trump should leave him alone. I think Democrats should leave him alone. I think if you don't like what's being said on a news channel or news program or media entity, criticize the F out of it if you want, but don't resort to legal tactics or lawsuits. That's fine. That will be my rule. But the Republicans' view is this was we're going to do whatever the Democrats were doing.
This just tries to validate Trump's victim narrative, and this is not about fairness at all. This is about control. This is about everybody, the same thing that the big, beautiful bill is about. Everybody listen to what I want to do. I want to get these tax breaks done. Listen to me. don't do this, don't do that. But people have autonomy and the opinions, and journalists have the authority and the right to do their jobs fully and completely, even if that means that you don't look great all the time. Because some things that he does actually work, and a lot of things don't. And so we're allowed to report on those things that don't work without you trying to sue people.
I agree, but I really do think if you look at the edited response and the non-edited response, I think there was a little bit of editorial
that breath changed everything for Kamala.
Well, nothing could have saved Kamala, but
Congressman Richie Torres says Republicans are hurting
the lives of Americans. He'll join us next. Stay tuned.